Chapter 9, Case Study 1. For the beam and loading shown, knowing that A is equal to 2 meter, W is equal to 50 kilonewton per meter, and E is equal to 200 gigapascal, determine A, the slope at support A, B, the deflection at point C. So now we are dealing with a deflection problem. So we will be working using this equation, which is the governing equation of elastic curve. Then we could derive the equation of elastic curve based on the loading given on the beam. To be able to solve this problem, this is strategy. First, of course, we have to draw FBD and define the reaction forces. Then we could derive the differential equation of elastic curve. Then by integrating twice and apply the boundary condition, we will get the equation for deflection and slope. Then finally, we could solve the problem. First step is drawing the FBD. Point A is pin, so it has component X and Y. Point B is roller, so it only has component Y. The distributed force could be simplified into concentrated force with the amount is W times A, and the distance from point A is half of A. We know the length of A is 2 meters and L is 6 meters, so we could say that L is equal to 3A. Next, using sigma moment at A equal to 0, we have WA times the distance A over 2 create moment in clockwise direction, so it's minus. Then By times L create moment in counterclockwise direction, so it's positive, equal to 0. Then solving for By, and we get By is 1 over 6 WA. Here, we don't apply the known value to the equation because we want the next calculation to be simpler, so we will keep this form. Next, using sigma Fy equal to 0, we have Ay going up, so it's positive. Wa is going down, so it's negative, and By is going up, so it's positive, equal to 0. We know By, then we get Ay is 5 over 6 Wa. At x-axis, because there is only Ax, so Ax is 0. Next, we will define the boundary conditions. Here, because of this loading, our beam will be bent like this, with point C having the largest deflection, and for point A and B is still at the place because it held by the support. So we could say that at point A, where x or the length at x-axis is 0, there is no deflection, so y equal to 0. At point B, where x is equal to L, the deflection is also 0. Here, we could see that the deflection of the beam is not symmetric, so we will have two different elastic curve equations for section A to C and section B to C. But since both of section is meet at C, So we could say that at point C, where x equal to a, both of sections will have same amount of deflection and also have same amount of slope or dy dx. Sometimes it is called theta. It is also mean slope. Next, we will divide the beam into two at point between AC and between CB because we want to create two equations. Then we will have left section, we call it AC1. If we draw it in FBD, it will look like this because it's not exactly at C. So we have this distance is not A but X. And also the section will contain the boundary condition at A only. Next, we do the same thing for the right section, which is section BC2, because we look it from the right side. So the FBD of this will look like this. Then the distance from B to C2 is become L minus X. The section contain boundary condition at point B only. Next, we will deriving the elastic curve equation from each section. Now, we will derive the equation of elastic curve. As we do in previous slide, we will divide the beam by 2 at point C. First, we will solving section A to C1. It is not exactly at C, so the distance is x. From x equal to 0 until x equal to a, we will have the FBD for the section like this. Then, using moment at C1, we could derive the equation of M. Remember we have this equation, so from this, we could have M is equal to EI times d square y over dx square. Then we substitute M in our equation and we have the differential equation of elastic curve for section AC. Then we have to integrate it twice. So we have the equation is now in the form of dy over dx equal and y equal. Don't forget because we doing integration, so we have a constant. Because we integrate it twice, so we have two constants. To find the value of these constants, we need to apply the boundary condition. For this section, the boundary condition is at A, where the x is 0 and y is also 0. Applying this value to the equation, and we get C2 is 0. So now, we have the elastic curve equation. We call it equation 1 and equation 2. Here, we still have one unknown, which is C1, but we need one more equation to be able to solve the unknown. So let's move to the next section. For the section C2 and B, using similar procedure, first we draw FBD for the section, then deriving equation of M, then substitute the M with this, then integrate the equation twice. Here we have two unknowns, C3 and C4. Next, by applying the boundary condition, which is boundary condition at B, so x equal to L and y equal to 0. Here we have C4 is equal to minus C3 times L. Now we have elastic curve equation each with one unknowns also. We call it equation 3 and equation 4. Next, we will solve the remaining unknown using boundary condition at C. Here, we still have boundary condition at C, where at x equal to a, the slope is same. So we could compare our equation of slope which containing dy over dx from each sections, which is equation 2 and equation 4. Next, we could solve the unknown. We know here that L is equal to 3a, so we could substitute L with 3a. So we have this. Then we know ay and by is this. So we could simplify the equation into this. And we could get C3 here is equal to this. Continue. Here, we also know that at C, the deflection is also same. So we could compare our equation of deflection, which contain y from each section, which is equation 1 and equation 3. Next, using the known value, here we also know C3, so we could simplify the equation and solve for C1, and we get C1 is this. We could also simplify C3, and by substitute C1 into equation C3, we get C3 is this. Next, we already know all of the unknowns. Then we could substitute the unknowns into equation of elastic curve. And we get much simpler equation for both of sections. Recalling the question, here we are asked to find the slope at A and deflection at C. So we will using this equation instead because it already contains point A and point C. So our calculation will be more simpler. Now, to solve the problem, we could apply the known value to our equation. Here, we already know the W or the distributed force. We know the A, we know E, then we could know I from appendix C using this beam shape. Then we get EI is this. Next for question A, substitute the known value to slope equation, and we know at A, x is equal to 0, and we get dy over dx is this. Next, for question B, we know at C, the x is equal with A, so we could simplify again the equation of deflection into this. Then by applying the known value, we get yc. The value is minus, so the deflection of beam is going down. And we get the answer.